Guys, welcome back to Vlogmas day 20. Before we start anything, burned myself a couple days ago. Yay. So that's why that mark is that is why that mark is there. Wow, English is hard today. So today I had my post-op. It went well. They took the splint off, and for the next, it's going to be more than 2 weeks because I asked for the first available afternoon appointment. But I've got this fiberglass cast and the swanky shoe that makes me walk like I'm a penguin, because that's the only way I can stabilize myself. You're giving the klutziest person on the planet a way to get even clumsier. Oh, sometimes I wonder about doctors. But anyway, it is the 22nd. 3 more days till Christmas. In about 7 days till New Year's. And then 2018, which in 2018 I've had a list of videos I wanted to make since I've restarted my channel, but I'm gonna definitely start doing them and finishing projects that I haven't finished, because procrastination, depression, mental health, all that stuff. But I will tell you in January that I'm going to finish the reviews of the Sailor Moon manga. I started, then never finished. So I'm going to try to do that not all through January. Mix it up a little here and there with some other stuff, but I want to get that done. I want to get out of this cast, but that's another story. Right now, pretty much all the projects on my channel are what you see I'm doing, the Pokemon ones. I might put some more Duel Links up, I don't know, because, well, there is an event going on now to get bones, but it's not one that I care too much about. I'm just doing it to unlock the character. If it was an event like Merrick, where you get points based on the duel, like, say you got a score of 2,400, and then it's multiplied, then you get your final score, which is better, which is what I like more, because it feels more of an accomplishment. The duelathon that they're having is just really, in my opinion, boring and repetitive, because you have to duel so many times to get anything. I'm currently about 900 points away from getting bones, but I've been doing it all week and I just got that far. Like, I don't want to sit down and play continuously to, rack up the points. At least with the main events, I can take a break and come back and duel and then get another 2,500 multiplied, and that I like better because, like I said, feels like more of an accomplishment, especially if you get really lucky and get the best hand ever and beat the level 40 or 50 and get the 18 points experience. And yes, this I'm probably going to have to switch to a wig for, because this is getting awful. I mean, this one got the 2 almost bleach blonde random parts. but I can't do anything till February. Once I get into my new apartment and get the cast off, get that boot off. Yeah, it's was splint, cast, boot, physical therapy, possibly, then freedom. But now I missed the splint because it had like it had the gauze, like a cotton inside. My foot was warm, but it was also cold at the same time. Now my foot is freezing and I can't fit a sock over it or put on a boot. And I live in New York State. Here, let me waddle over and show you. Yeah, this is me waddling. This is what I currently have outside. Now I know what you're thinking, it's not all that bad. But the roads are terrible right now. Like I got an alert saying, if you don't have to be on the roads, don't be on the roads. And we almost, on my way home from my appointment, we almost got into an accident because the company that set up the ride didn't have the proper snow tires. They had those all season, I think they are, and like all season, all year round. I'm thinking, we live in New York State. Last year we got snow up to there. Probably can't see that. There, like here. Yeah, right here. Sorry about the wonky camera angles, and the roads were horrible. Like, we got pretty much stuck in the building for 2 days. If you're going to New York State, make sure you have real good snow tires. But now I'll just babble on some more. I'll tell you about the day. I had to wake up at 8 because the ride has like a 2-hour window, even though it's like 45 minutes to an hour where the location was. But it's kind of good that they had that extra time because the roads were horrible. I had to put a bag around the splint, and I almost slid to the car. Then I got in the car, and first of all, the driver clearly saw me struggle to get into the car. Normally, a person would be like, hey, can you move? That person obviously has a problem getting around. It'd be better if they were in the front seat. Nope. I had to sit in the back. I'm not that mad about it. I mean, it was like 8 a.m. I just wanted to get where I needed to go. But then the driver got a ton of phone calls. But one of them was someone complaining. And I agree with what they were saying. Like, they said that the person never showed up. And then the driver was like, oh, we waited 2 times. If you're not ready when we are there, we're leaving. First of all, my pickup wasn't till 8:15, 8:30. You called at 7:45 saying you're here. I'm like, come back in like 15 minutes because I wasn't expecting you. They're like, no, you gotta go now. I'm like, whatever. And then the guy wasn't yelling, but he was very rude to the person that was wanting to file the complaint. Like, I can understand. If you're there way before the appointed time you said you were going to pick us up and we're not ready, what do you expect? You're there too early. And then he pretty much said to the person, well, next time call a different company. I'm thinking the whole time that's rather rude. Then probably 20 minutes later, I got a call. Apparently the way the ride was set up, there was some weird thing, and they got the city right where I needed to go. But they double scheduled. Like, I was supposed to go to the main building, not their surgery center. But the first one that picked me up was taking me to the surgery center, and I didn't know until we were almost there. And I'm like, are you taking me to this? They're like, no. I'm like, well, we've got a problem because I put in the right location, and I had gotten a call from the company, the company saying, we're here to pick you up. And I'm like, what? Someone already got me. And the driver was like, wow, Medicaid, I have Medicaid. They're like, wow, they messed up royally. And I'm like, yeah, because I don't want to go back to the surgery center because I don't want another surgery. I'm just saying. He was like, well, since you've been a good person, I will take you where you need to go. Just next time confirm. I'm like, I did confirm. He was like, how did you set it up? The automated system. He was like, well, you should talk to a person. They already had issues bringing me out there. I'm not going to talk to a person. It took 45 minutes just to set up the ride for the surgery, which was supposed to be set up like the day I called, and they didn't tell me till the day before that something went wrong. So I called my case manager, and he said we can file a complaint, and he's probably doing the paperwork now. But then I got to the doctor's office and signed in and did everything. Got the splint off. They cleaned up the area with something. Put a couple Band-Aids on, took the stitches out, put the Band-Aid on. Then the physician's assistant came in, checked it out, and said, we've got two options. One, we can do the cast now and then the boot later, or we can just go to the boot now. I'm like, at this point, just err on the side of caution, and I will take the boot. Not the boot, the cast. He was like, okay, so I will have a nurse wheel you to the area to make the cast. And then the nurse came in, was like, what color cast do you want? I'm like, blue, black. And they were like, we got a list of colors you can choose. Took me into the room with it. I chose the color. Obviously, you could tell I chose a blue. And it smelled bad. Apparently I've never smelled fiberglass before, but it wasn't I was getting nauseous. It wasn't a very pleasant smell. But it did dry pretty fast. Like, right now it's probably fully dried. But then I don't know what to call him, the medical, supply distributor, he gives you the crutches and the stuff, said no weight on your ankle at all. I'm like, it's too slippery out to use the crutches. Like, yeah, I can agree with that. So he gave me this little shoe boot thing. He said you can use it to stabilize yourself if you need to get up, but for the next 24 hours, try to keep it on a soft surface. I'm like, okay. So, you gotta keep it on the small. But when I have to go check my mail or someone goes to the door, I literally am waddling like a penguin. You saw it when I was just taking you to the window. I'm like, oh, this is gonna be a nightmare. But he said I'm healing fine, which is good. He said continue taking the aspirin to prevent the blood clots. We will see you in a couple weeks to take off the cast, and we will get you a boot. And then that's when I should have asked, do you want me to do physical therapy? But I forgot. So I'll ask him later. Then I got done at like 12:15. Didn't get home till like 2:30 because the roads were absolute crap. And it was a group ride, so there was like 3 other people. And I had the worst migraine that entire ride. And whatever music the driver was playing, it wasn't that it was repetitive, it just had the same exact beat every song. Like the same exact one, different words, different lyrics, different sub-melody. But it was the same one, and after like 3 songs, I was just like, oh my god, this needs to stop. And then when I got home, I had to waddle up the stairs. Well, waddle up the ramp. Surprisingly, it wasn't as slippery going up. Physics, who knew? But I am home, and now I have to figure out how I'm going to do grocery shopping next month because I'm still going to be in the cast. But anyway, I'm sorry I babbled on. I'm pretty much done with my story at this point, so thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe and like and leave us some comments, and I will probably see you tomorrow, I hope, depending on how I feel. Anyway, thanks for watching. Bye, guys.